Are you thinking about selling your Denver metro area home? Let's talk staging, because it's not all about perfectly fluffed pillows and bowls of fake fruit. Done right, staging helps buyers walk in and say, "This feels like home." Done wrong? Well, it's basically an expensive weekend rearranging furniture for no reason. Let's keep it simple. Why staging matters. Here's the deal. Stage homes sell faster, sometimes a lot faster, and usually for more money. According to the National Association of Realtors, 82% of buyers agents said staging helps clients visualize a property as a future home, and 23% reported that staging can increase the dollar value of a home up to 5%. And when you're moving solo, that matters. You don't want to parade a looky-loos. You want serious buyers who fall in love and write good offers. I've had buyers walk into a staged home and immediately start planning where the dog bed will go. That's when you know staging is working, when buyers can already see their life unfolding in the home, right down to the dog bed. Here's the other piece. Staging isn't just for buyers walking through the front door. It's for the camera. Your photos are the first showing, and if your home doesn't look great online, most buyers won't even schedule a visit. The good news? You don't need to hire a designer or rent furniture that costs more than your first car. Think staging more like dating. First impressions matter, and buyers decide quickly if they want to see more. So keep it simple. Here are my top 5 staging tips that actually work in the Denver market. Tip number 1, declutter like you're moving. Well, because you are. Decluttering is usually the hardest part of getting ready to sell, especially if you've been in your home for years. You open a closet door and suddenly everything feels important. Trust me, I've heard it all. But I might wear that someday, or my kids will definitely want this one day. Here's the thing. Buyers need to see space, not stuff. They want to imagine their own life here, not trip over ours. And I know that's easier said than done, because letting go isn't just about things, it's about the memories, and it can feel overwhelming. If you're nodding along because you want to keep everything, you're not alone. I made a whole video called How to Declutter When You Want to Keep Everything. And inside it, you'll also find my free Declutter to Destress home selling guide. It's a step-by-step resource to make this part of the process feel a lot less stressful. I'll link it above and in the description. Now, tip number 2, keep it light and bright. You know, lighting makes a huge difference in how buyers feel about your home. Pull up the blinds, swap out warm LED bulbs, and suddenly the place feels bigger, fresher, and more welcoming. Light is free, so use it. But here's the part most people forget. Clean matters just as much. Dusty blinds, streaky windows, or smudgy glass will show up in professional photography like it's under a spotlight. And if you can see the fingerprints in daylight, trust me, the buyers will spot them in HD. And it's not just the windows. Dust hides everywhere. I talk about this in my 7 home fixes you must complete before selling video. Everything from dryer vents to fresh air return filters get clogged, and buyers notice. A clogged filter doesn't just block air, it makes buyers wonder, if this little thing wasn't taken care of, what else was ignored? Here's the good news. Even if you don't have the latest quartz countertops or a Pinterest-perfect kitchen, a clean, bright home tells buyers you've cared for the place. That can shine louder than trendy finishes. Tip number 3, go neutral, not boring. I know it can feel strange painting over colors you've loved, especially if you pick them during a big chapter of your life. But when it's time to sell, neutral walls create a fresh slate so buyers can see their story in your home. Here in Denver, I've walked into everything from sunny yellow kitchens to mountain lodge basements with deep greens and reds, and they made sense at the time, but they can be tough for today's buyers to look past. Neutral walls also photograph beautifully, and clean, bright, distraction-free, which is key since it's the first showing. Then you can bring back warmth with a pop of color in pillows, a vase of flowers, or a piece of art. Neutral sets the stage, accents add the charm. It's not boring, it's strategic. Tip number 4, stage the lifestyle, not your stuff. Here's the secret. You're not just selling walls and windows, you're selling a lifestyle. Buyers want to imagine Sunday mornings with coffee by the window, or cozy evenings curled up by the fireplace. What they don't need to see is every souvenir you've collected, or the 27 family photos lining the hallway. Those tell your story, but staging is about helping them picture their story. Here in Denver, that might mean setting out a pair of wine glasses on the patio table to highlight outdoor living, or a cozy reading chair with a throw blanket for those snowy nights. Think inviting and livable, more come on in and stay a while, and less welcome to my storage unit. If you're wondering what little touches really make a difference, I put together a free staging checklist with simple lifestyle staging ideas you can start right away. You'll find it linked below. Now, tip number 5, first impressions start outside. Your curb appeal is like your handshake, and buyers are sizing it up before they even step out of the car. A fresh doormat, trimmed bushes, a swept walkway, and a porch light that actually works can set the tone in seconds. Here in Denver, where we get 4 seasons of weather working against us, a little outdoor TLC goes a long way. Sweep away those cottonwood fluff bunnies in June, clear the leaves in fall, and for the love of all things Colorado, shovel the walk in winter before showings. Truth is, buyers will decide in the first 10 seconds if they're excited, and if they spot cobwebs, peeling paint, or a broken porch light, it plants the question, again, if this wasn't taken care of, what else was ignored? I cover this in detail in my video on the 7 home fixes you must do before selling. I'll link that down below in the description so you can check it out when you're ready. Hi, in case you're new here, my name is Peggy Durstoff, and I'm a realtor with Live Denver Suburbs, powered by HomeSmart. And I specialize in helping women who are making a move on their own alone here in the Denver metro suburbs, whether it's after a major life change or just time for a new chapter. My goal? To make your move feel less overwhelming and a lot more strategic. If you're moving solo, here's something important to remember. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to do it perfectly. Staging isn't about turning your home into something out of Better Homes and Gardens. It's about making it look cared for and inviting. Focus on the big wins: clean, bright, uncluttered spaces. These carry more weight with buyers than expensive upgrades. If you're thinking about selling your home here in the Denver metro suburbs, don't try to figure it out all by yourself. I put together a free staging checklist that walks you through exactly what buyers notice first and what you can skip. You'll find the link below. And if you're ready to take that next step, keep watching. I've got a video called How to Declutter When You Want to Keep Everything. And inside that video, you'll also get my free Declutter to Distress Your Home Seller's Guide. It's helped a lot of my solo sellers breathe easier and make real progress. Because selling solo in Denver doesn't mean doing it alone. You've got help, and I'd love to make your next chapter a whole lot easier.